Thanks for joining us. So we have a strong partnership on technical compute across Azure, and I'd love for you to share with the audience about this partnership and our journey so far.
Yes, we've been on a mission together for some time now. So between Microsoft and AMD, we have a strong collaboration, and we have a joint goal. We wanted to make sure that we could deliver unprecedented performance for high-performance computing. As our enterprise customers wanted to accelerate their digital transformation, we wanted to make sure that mission-critical workloads like HPC could come along and really benefit from the scale and reliability and efficiency of cloud. So on that goal, we started our partnership back in 2019 with the introduction of our first HBVMs that featured first-gen EPYC processors. This was the time we ran 10,000 core simulation, and we thought, wow, we can run 10,000 cores in cloud. Then we upped our own game. In 2020, we launched our second generation processor with the second generation EPYC. We got into the top 10 supercomputers, and we started to really catch momentum in the market. We started building on our momentum, and in 2021, we had the third generation HP series that went live to customers across the planet the day Milan was launched. And last year, we enhanced this even further, right? We actually announced that we would upgrade the third generation series with the AMD's 3D V-Cache, which provides 80% more performance for our customers at no additional cost. In just 4 years, we have delivered 4x performance for all of our HPC customers.
Thank you, Nidhi. So I must admit, with HBV3 and Milan X, we did have a lot of fun as two teams, and we also brought a lot of ISV partners and customers to the table, and it was really an exciting product. But I think you have some more exciting news to share today, so why don't you tell us about the future in Azure Compute?
Yes, absolutely. So today we are announcing the general availability of 4th generation of our HP series. And along with that, we have a new memory optimized HPC virtual machines, which we are calling the Azure HX series. Now, both of our HBV4 and our HX actually feature the AMD 3D V-Cache you were just talking about, and it also features that with our InfiniBand offering, which allows our HPC workloads to actually scale very well. Now, if you look at our 4th generation HB series, it offers 1.2 terabytes per second of memory bandwidth. You pair that up with the 2x improvements that we have seen in compute density, and now suddenly we can deliver 4.5x faster HPC workloads. This can be workloads like CFD, molecular dynamics, financial modeling, weather simulation, virtualized rendering of all sorts. And this is the beauty of actually combining the efficiency we get from AMD and the scale of cloud. That's on our HP V4. On the HX series, we are actually offering the ultra-low latencies, memory latencies, along with the 3D V-Cache and a massive 1.4 terabytes of system cache. Now, for some of the workloads that are very data intensive, like silicon design, structural analysis, this will deliver 6x performance, which is phenomenal. So for a lot of these customers, what this means is they can now fit a lot of their existing workflows, either on the same number of cores, fewer number of cores, and overall have a much better total cost of ownership because they save a lot on the software licenses. So really, 6x performance, a lot more savings, and you pair that up with best-in-class Azure Managed File System, Azure offerings on orchestration of our workloads, and end-to-end, our customers will see significant performance in the cloud.
It's just fantastic, Nidhi. So one of the things you and I talk about a lot is how do we enable our customers to solve their biggest problems? And I thought it might be a good opportunity to talk about some customers with HPV4.
Absolutely. The true test ultimately is the customer adoption. So I have two customers that I wanted to talk about today. One is Petronas. So as everybody knows, Petronas is a global energy company. They span hundreds of countries worldwide, and they're actually the first one to use the new Azure 4th generation HPE Virtual Series. Now, with Petronas, they're trying to see how they can take the upstream work. This is where they do highly complex quantitative interpretation, seismic processing. And these workloads really need massive memory bandwidth. They need the capability of high-performance computing. And this is where Petronas worked with Azure, and we worked very closely actually with AMD to make sure that we could bring these new VMs. We could actually combine that with a lot of our AI tools and really accelerate the work that they are doing in geophysicists there and help them make decisions faster. Along with performance though, Petronas also has a commitment to get to a corporate sustainability objective. And with Azure, because we are going to be 100% renewable energy by 2025, we not only allowed Petronas to actually get to their performance objectives, but we are also getting them to be able to get to net zero carbon emissions by 2050 for them. All in all, what this means is, as customers look to performance, scalability of cloud, they can really benefit from the offerings that we have. This was on the HPE v4. Now, if I look at the HX series, the newly announced HX series, I want to talk about STMicro. So STMicro is a leading semiconductor company, and they are actually the first ones to use our Azure HX virtual series. Again, this is a brand new offering from us, and STMicro is going to use this for designing their next generation of chips. So a lot of their RTL simulations. Now, RTL simulations, especially as the process technology becomes deeper and deeper, requires much lower memory latency and large memory footprint, which is perfect for HX series. So what HX allowed STMicro to do is they were able to pack in a lot more of their simulation jobs in each VM, which in turn meant they needed fewer VMs, they could do it far more efficiently. With their recent experiments that they have done, STMicro has been able to save their simulation time down by 30%. So what that means is, their silicon engineers can actually look at a lot more design possibilities. They can improve product quality because they're now doing a lot more validation. But ultimately, they can bring products to market faster. And they don't have to worry about anything. They can do all of this in cloud because of our collaboration.
Yes, that's just fantastic. So it's great to see not only HPE v4 come to life, but see the customers adopting across industries.
Absolutely.
So really exciting, and we can't wait to help grow this going forward. And I just want to say thank you for the partnership, and thank you for coming to see us today.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me here.
Thank you.